Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Adora Solido here, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my top tips for working from home to be more productive or to just not lose your mind. So I know right now a lot of people are transitioning to working from home, which I know can be incredibly difficult. I started working from home a few months ago when I moved back to London, and I started running my brand from my home. So I've kind of had to adapt really quickly and learn to be productive and get things done from home, which is not always easy or ideal, but I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips that have really helped me and hopefully will help you too. Number one is to stay organized, and to do that I would recommend getting a planner or a journal or an app that can help you kind of schedule your week in advance and kind of guide you throughout for what you need to do each day. I like to use a bullet journal, so I've got a little bullet journal, and I find that to be the best way to do to organize my week. So bullet journals just come blank. I don't know if you can see that. They just come blank, and I like to kind of draw my own weekly plan. So with my bullet journal, I just like to plan my week in advance. So I usually do this on a Sunday night, and it has everything from work schedule, whatever meetings I have, whatever events I have, just anything in general, but it also has meal plan, workout plan, all of that. And I like the bullet journal because it just gives me flexibility to organize it as I like. So yeah, to be productive working at home, it's good to have a schedule that you kind of try to stick to so that you don't kind of get distracted. Second thing I would say is to create a schedule that works for you. I don't feel like you need to stick to a 9-to-5 routine if that's not what works best for you. I mean, if you have to log into work, your work, whatever, at 9, yeah, okay, fine, you stick to a 9-to-5. But in general, if your hours are quite flexible, then I would say pick a time that works for you. If you're more productive from 5 a.m. in the morning, wake up in the morning and, you know, get your work done earlier so that, you know, you can clock out earlier. If you're more productive at night, maybe stay up a little bit later and get things done. And then I found that I'm quite productive in the morning. I like to wake up quite early and get things done. So for me, it's always better to wake up, do things, and then kind of have more flexibility during the day. And if you feel like you need to break your day into two, so for example, you might start work at like 8 a.m, work for a bit, take a break, maybe do something different to kind of just to break up the day and then get back to whatever work you needed to do. I find that that kind of helps me sometimes. Number 3, naps are essential. I mean, I'm not the type of person that tends to nap. I don't actually enjoy sleeping during the day, but there have been moments where I've just felt exhausted, especially if you've had a long day the day before, if you stayed up late working on something, or just for whatever reason. I would recommend take a nap. Why not? Take a 10-minute power nap, 20-minute power nap, and kind of get back to whatever you were doing more refreshed, rather than kind of pushing yourself to work when you're tired and not being the most productive or getting things done properly. Take a nap, take a break if you need it, and get back to what you were doing. Number 4, find a hobby that you enjoy. I think working from home can get a bit daunting, especially when you're looking at the same 4 walls every day, every minute of the day. It can get very, very boring. So I would say pick up a hobby that you're interested in. If you've always wanted to learn to code, if you've always wanted to learn to sew, if you've always wanted to read whatever book, start doing that between your work day. You can either do it before or after, or in between during your 1-hour break. I just feel like it kind of breaks up the day and makes things a little bit more exciting, so you have something to look forward to during the day. Number 5, I know everyone has different home layouts or whatever, but if you can, have a designated area for work. So if you need to get certain things done, maybe have a desk space in maybe a different room from your bedroom if you can. If you can't, create a section in your room where you can get work done. I like to look out the window when I work, so I like my desk to face my window. I mean, mine doesn't. Mine is right next to the window, so I can kind of swivel my chair and look outside if I need to. But I feel like have a designated area so that once you sit down there, you know, okay, it's time to get work done. Next tip is to still look decent. I don't know how to put that one, but basically don't just wake up and stay in your pajamas and kind of, you know, act like it's a long Sunday or something. I like to wake up, maybe work out, and then shower and get into, maybe not necessarily work clothes, but, you know, comfortable clothing, but not, you know, pajamas. And I think that kind of makes me feel more energized and kind of sets me up and gets me ready for the day. I feel like if I just woke up and stayed in my pajamas and tried to do work, it's very easy to kind of lose focus and want to get back into bed or kind of just binge watch your favorite show. Yeah, so get up, shower, and get ready for the day as you would if you were still going to work. But it doesn't have to be at the same times. You can be flexible with the timing. Final thing I would say is to not be so hard on yourself. Honestly, some days are going to be less productive. Some days are going to be more productive. If you've had a bad day, it's fine. Just don't, you know, feel the need to overdo or overcompensate. If you haven't felt the best on one day, you can always make up for it the next day or the next whatever. So if you've had one bad day in a week, that's fine. You can always make up for it. But yeah, so those are my tips for working from home and trying to be more productive. I hope it helps you. These are kind of things that I do. So yeah, let me know. Bye.